Water temperature, water clarity. You can, that's all you need to know really. It's like you can just, if you can take me anywhere in the world bass fishing, any lake in the world, and say, Randy, we're going to go to this lake you've never seen before. Here's the water clarity, here's the water temperature. That's all I need to know, and I'm going to be able to catch some fish, and I'm going to be able to fish the techniques I need to use to catch those fish, because those are the two primary, gears that determine what you need to be doing. And there's a lot to it. I mean, there's a lot of different variables as far as the amount of water clarity and the temperatures in relationship to each other. So there's literally hundreds of different possible scenarios between the two. Now, on one end of the spectrum, you can have dirty cold water, you can have clear cold water, you can have in between colored clear, cold water. And then as the temperatures warm up, everything else adjusts to that. To the other end of the spectrum, where you have dirty, muddy water, cold, muddy water, and it just everything in between there. So we could talk all day long about how you need to approach each one of those situations, but I sort of want to give you guys a foundational approach to each particular one. Now, one of the things that I have found out about bass fishing, it's like, it doesn't matter really what time of the year it is. It's like, if you know the water temperature and the water clarity, it gives you a good idea of the depth the fish are going to be at and the techniques that you need to use. Now, the only exception to this is during the springtime of the year, because during the springtime of the year, the fish are just behaving differently. They're wanting to spawn. They're really weird at times as how baits they want to hit and baits they don't want to hit. So that's one exception to the rule. But for the most part, here's what you want to do. It's like when you're talking about terms of water temperature, look at your water temperature first. And this is going to give you a good indication of some possible techniques that you're going to use. And then once you figure out what your water temperature is, add in that variable of the water clarity, and that's going to give you a good advantage on like the colors that are going to work best, profiles, and anything that goes with it. So say, for example, if you have cold, clear water temperatures in the 40s and water visibilities over 4 foot, cold, clear water, this is just a really good foundational, time to throw like a little small swim bait, a jerk bait, an Alabama rig, something finessey like that. As the water gets warmer, like it gets into the 50s, and you still have clear water, that opens it up to a couple different other things. The crankbait can come into play. The jerk bait is still working. Maybe some other baits like a little finesse jig or